right, we are live, but I gotta warn you that my connection is not very good. It's telling me that poor streaming. So forgive me if we get knocked off. First of all, I'd like to thank you guys for joining me here today. We're talking about the Omnitracs Navigation. If you didn't already see the screen for today, that's what we're discussing. So again, we've got kind of a bad stream is what I'm getting across everything here. So if you are not, or if I'm skipping a lot, or you're not receiving the video very well, please let me know, and I apologize for that. But please leave any comments that you have in the comment box or in the chat box so that I can at least answer those questions while we're here. If I need to remove the video and just present the slides to you, we can do that. I'm fine with that as long as you are. But as long as you're getting the information, that's really the most important thing. So again, thank you for joining me here for today's Q&A on the Omnitracs Navigation. We've got a lot to discuss. So not just the Omnitracs that we're talking about, but we're talking about a whole lot more. So if you are aware of any of the games that we've got going on here, we're pretty big into the games here at Decker. But if you're aware of some of the games, we've got at least 3 that are going on here. Hey Jackie, hey Anna. All right, we're live and kicking. So again, I apologize for the delay and some of the streaming issues that might happen today. It is telling me that we're not at the best quality. But bear with us as we go in. We talk about the Omnitracs system. We'll talk about some of the different opportunities that we've got going on here at Decker. But let's first take care of the Omnitracs, the navigation, telling you a little bit about some of the games that we've got going on here, as well as our updates in some of the other areas, such as a reminder, speaking of that, we've already had weather. I know you guys are super excited about that, but we've already had weather in Montana. The Midwest was hit by weather last week as well, and we just want to make sure that you're already prepared. So make sure you have your fuel additives, that you've got that. We don't want you gelling up. Also a reminder on chains. From September 1st to May 31st, which is the majority of the year, if you don't have chains, you can be written up for that. So a big no-no. Please make sure that you have chains. Stop by Missoula, Fort Dodge, even Hammond. That you can pick up your chains there for your trucks. Do remember though, chains are to be used to get out of trouble. They are not to be used to get into trouble. Jackie, yours is not working. Mine ain't working. Well, it's telling me we're sitting a little bit better right now. It is telling me I'm okay. I don't know if okay is okay or if good is okay. But it's streaming so far, at least on my end. If not, you just bear with us here. We'll get you the information that you need. The snow chains though, you can hear me, right? Can you hear me, Jackie? Maybe that's what I should have asked. If you can hear me, give me I can hear you, or tell me where you're located at. That'll help. That'll get us started off in the right direction, I think. I'm going to keep talking until then. So otherwise I don't know, I don't have a response. But yeah, let me know if you can hear me. That would be really helpful. I'm going to type that in here too. All right. My GPS ain't working. Oh, that's what you're talking about. Okay. Oh my gosh. Well, then let's figure that out. Have you done a soft reset? This wasn't part of my discussion right off the bat. Okay, you can hear me. Whew. Okay. So my the soft reset, I guess, is a way to get started. That's going to be the go-to, I guess, on whether or not it's working. There's a little button in the upper right-hand corner. It looks like a little face, little head, and it looks like it's got volume coming out of its mouth. Click on that button, and it's supposed to do a soft reset. So, awesome. So it should be a soft reset. I wanted to make sure that's what you got. Okay, and my screen is not showing the video itself, so again, I can't tell if you're seeing what's going on here or not, but I'm hoping that you can. Um, okay, so that's the soft reset. If that doesn't work, Jackie, let me know, because there is an alternative way, and I don't know if that's a way that I necessarily should be announcing, but there is another way that you can do the reset. Just go into the home button, and then you can arrow over, so you've got the home screen, and then there's the little arrow buttons to go over midway through the picture, and get over to settings, click on settings, and then speakers, and then that's it, and then just push apply, and it will ask if you want to reboot the system, and then you just say yes, and that works. So either way to reset your Qualcomm for the navigation, like if your navigation gets stuck, that's one way to do it. Mine says it needs to upload the maps. Another option. Oh, and speaking of uploading the maps, it can upload, it's supposed to upload for you with the Omnitracs Navigation. It is supposed to upload for you. I'm going to cheat right now. Don't look as I cheat. But there, I'm going to double check here for the maps. You can get a copy of this. This is the Omnitracs guide. This is your user guide. And Anna has the link to it. Anna, can you post that link? I don't know if you can do this. This is a little different format than we've normally had. But if you can post that link to the PDF, that would be super helpful. If not, I'm going to have to come back in and post it. And Jackie, I might even have to email that to you so that you have it. But it will help you troubleshoot. And there you go. Sweet. However, what I doubt. That's just silly. Miss Anna's always going to be on top of things. Okay, so I want to double check the map settings. That's what I'm doing here as I'm sifting through. Sorry about the noise with the papers. Just kidding. Okay. My speaker's over here. Okay, so the map updates. This feature allows you to check for map data updates. The mobile unit automatically checks for the updates every time it's powered on and every 12 hours after powering up. But you can also use this feature to force a check immediately. So that's what sounds like that's what you're wanting. If the unit has the most current map data, the screen displays a message that the map data is up to date. If an update is available, the screen will inform you that the update is available to be installed. That installation may take several minutes, and then you'll need to restart the Omnitracs navigation after the installation is complete. So you can tap the Update Maps button to begin. Turn page. Okay, turn the page, and it says the installation. Download and installation occurs in the background, so you can continue to use the Omnitracs navigation during the process. But Jackie, you're still not getting it, right? To obtain their logs, records. Oh yes, good. Are you in Montana? I am in Montana. I am. Anna's not. She's in Kansas. Kansas City. Once the installation is complete, a message will pop up on the screen letting you know and prompting you to restart the Omnitracs navigation. So if that in fact let you do that, Jackie, then restart it and see if that works. No, I'm not. You're not in? All right. Once you restart the application, you'll be prompted to resume any trips or routes before you that you were on before restarting, so you do have to worry about losing that information. Do not have to worry about losing that information. The other message pops up on the screen letting you know the map's updated successfully. Okay, we're going to see if that worked for you. If it didn't, I don't know what to tell you. But that's our first check. If that didn't work, Jackie, make sure, and anybody else that's running into that problem, if that didn't work, will you message me on Facebook? Go to Decker Truck Line and just do the messenger part. That way I can get it. I can keep track of who it's working for, who it's not, if you are having any issues. But the next thing is to get a hold of Omnitracs Navigation yourself, because they're going to want to talk to you about the issue alone. So individually. So the telephone number to the Omnitracs is 800-541-7490. So get a hold of them, talk to them if that didn't work, if that upgrade didn't work. If it did, fantastic. Hey, Katie. Yay, games. I know, lots of games, super jacked. Okay, I am going to show you some of these games that we've got going on here. First off, the first one's not really a game, so full disclosure, it's not a game, but it is a participation participation award, kind of a participation award. So it is our Steometrics. You guys probably know a little bit about Steometrics because I talk a lot about it, at least in the last couple of weeks. And the Steometrics is a series of surveys that we ask our new hires to take when you first hire on, coming out of orientation. And then after you're here for 2 weeks, we've got another set of surveys after 45 days. And then after 90 and annually, we have them. So yes, there's a number of surveys. It only takes 5-7 minutes. It really doesn't take very long. But the information that we get from those surveys can be crucial. That information is used to help us become better in whether we're training you or providing you information or content, providing you new resources, besides just training, but like as in, an upgrade in maybe the Epic View or something like that. Those are all things that we've heard you guys, we've asked you guys what you needed, maybe better phone support. We did get a new phone system. That was another concern with the surveys that we have been able to unravel. So those are all things that we need to hear because we don't know where we're lacking if we're not told. And with the telephone issue that we had sometime back, you weren't able to tell us because you weren't able to get a hold of us that way. So this is your opportunity. Get a hold of Steometrics. Actually, they will be getting a hold of you. It's going to be a 574 number that will text you and let you know where you can do that quiz. Again, it's only like 5 to 7 minutes long, really quite brief. Now, the first couple, those are not confidential. However, that way we can reach out to you and mend or fix whatever it is that we need to address. That's the Steometrics. Now, after a year or on your annual review or annual survey, let's go with survey, that one is confidential. But we really need that information. If you don't provide it, we don't know. It really gives you a chance to open up, to say, like Anna said, your candid opinion. We just need to know. What we do with that is we make the improvements that we can and need to in order to make it easier for you. Remember, we are your support system back here. You are working hard and you need to make sure that you have the right support. We need to make sure that you have the right support. And by doing this is how we do it. So, okay, you can take it on your phone, you can take it on your laptop, you can take it on your tablet. It's real brief. If you participate in it, when you participate in it, you get automatically entered in for a drawing, and every week until, I think the last one is the 31st or the 30th of October, we will actually announce it on the 4th of November. So it's probably the 1st of November that the last one is. So we have a drawing each week during this annual review or annual survey, and we'll have a drawing each week, and then we'll announce the 3 winners every single week for, so what is it, 7 weeks that we do total? We're on week 5. So there you go. So that's what this one is. Week 1, Anna is listing all of our winners. Woohoo! Lots of winners. We have a $50 gift card, a $50 gift card to the Decker store. We have a $50 Visa gift card, and we have a $50 Walmart gift card. So those are the gift cards that you can win. And for this week's winners, we've got Roy Middlestead, $50 Decker store gift card. You guys see the goodies in there? There's all kinds of goodies. Steph will hook you up. Cynthia Hopes, $50 Visa gift card, can be used wherever Visa is accepted. And Benjamin Anderson. Benjamin gets the Walmart gift card. We all know that you guys make use of that whenever possible. There's Walmart everywhere. You guys are always stopping at Walmart. We all are. Make it use. That's right. Week 6 winners. She's always got to make sure I'm on top of things. Oh, yes, I will show that. There we go. All right, it's asking me whether or not I'm going to allow Anna's comments. I will allow. All right, so that is the Steometrics drawing. So we're already on week 6 of our drawings. We've got a couple more weeks to get those out. Then should we talk about, Katie, should we talk about some of those games that we've got going on? Let's talk about the one that's going on as of right now. This is our Halloween game. You guys, who's like a huge fan of Halloween? I have noticed since I started back in 2010, Decker is a huge fan of Halloween. Yes, Decker Company, especially for Dodge. Huge fan of Halloween. So we have our costume contest. We actually have 3 different contests that you're going to be able to participate in. Well, actually 5 if you count the individual categories. But we have different contests that you can participate in just within the Halloween umbrella. There we go. So this year, 1 prize for each category for the costume contest. We have 3 categories. We have the group category, so group costumes, you know what you're doing. What's a common one? Like Wizard of Oz, or what's another common one? Wizard of Oz, Scooby-Doo, what else has like multiple characters, like just the costume contest. So you've got your family, friends, get them involved. You can do the group one, and then you have the individual costume photos, which you could be whatever you want. I would be a superhero because superheroes are the coolest. And then your pet costumes. You know what would be super cool, and I would really appreciate somebody designing this for us, but a little Decker truck, and then put your dog in your Decker truck, you know, like, and have them run around. You guys seen those, right? They're pretty sweet. Anyways, okay, so you've got your group costume, you've got your individual costume and photos, and then the pet costume. You need to submit those if you're going to win. You need to submit them to marketing@DeckerMail. So marketing@DeckerMail, that's the web address that you're going to need to, or web address, email address, that you're going to need to send them to. So Halloween is the theme. So dress to impress in your most creative and spooky attire. It doesn't have to be spooky, but creative, yes. Family and friends get involved, have fun. These are photo submissions. So photo submissions. What else? That's the first one. 3 categories. The next one, these, by the way, have to all be in by by 5 o'clock on the 1st of November. So we give you an extra day after Halloween to make sure you're recovering from all your makeup wear and whatever else. But the 1st of November at 5 p.m., all of the submissions have to be in at marketing@DeckerMail. So you've got your costumes, then you've got the pumpkin carving, pumpkin carving. So the pumpkin carving is, again, you can have others join in there with you, but you're carving a pumpkin, and then you're going to send that photo in. We've just got 1 photo, or 1 winner on that one. You're going to send that photo in to marketing@deckermail.com, and that is going to be announced on the 4th, but you still have to have it in by November 1st. I want to say 5th just because it says at 5 p.m. there, but it's 1st, November 1st. 1 winner will be chosen. It's based off of creativity and efforts. It'll be voted by the TCA. Do you guys know what our TCA is? The TCA is the Communications Action, and they're the ones that are going to be doing the voting on who wins, or not who loses, but who wins on all the competitions for the Halloween. So that's the first one. That's the first and second one for the Halloween contest. And then we have yet one more. This one's the display. Did you guys see on our Facebook channel? If you are not already following us on Facebook, please do so, because there is an awesome one. If you haven't already seen it, there's an awesome one of a skeleton, and I'm trying to think of who submitted that. I think it was Andrew. I could be wrong, but I thought it was Andrew. Anyways, the third game is our Halloween display contest. So set up your workspace, your front yard, your backyard, your truck. We're having 1 winner, and you'll be rewarded for based, again, off of the creativity and the overall amount of the decorations. That one was pretty simple, but super funny. Make sure that you guys go get it. marketing@deckermail.com. That'll be sent over to Jessica. Jessica will send that over to the rest of the group. So yeah, those are our Halloween costumes. Super fun. Super fun. Zombies. Yes, zombies are a good one. I'm with you on that one, Katie. I'm not surprised that you're saying zombies. You're more into the zombies, more into what? What else? Is that what you're going to be, a zombie? I'm still thinking superheroes cooler. Jackie wears this all year round. Me too. Superwoman, yes. The Incredible Hulk is one of my all-time favorites. That is probably the best costume I've ever had. Painting yourself green and nobody knows who you are. It's super fun. That's our 2019 pumpkin carving contest, our 2019 Halloween display contest, and our 2019 costume contest. So awesome, awesome, awesome. Have fun with that. What else do we have? We have, for our flatbed drivers, we have a tarping tool. This tarping tool contest, we're looking for something that you already use, or you're in the midst of creating to use, to make life easier as a flatbed driver, as you're tarping and everything. It's basically assisting the tarping. We want something that's lightweight, that's easy to use, easy to store, and of course, that sucker needs to be durable. So our contest, everything needs to be submitted by November 29th. Friday, November 29th is the day of submission, the absolute end of submission. And what our plan is to get one of these tools into the hands of each of our flatbed drivers, because life can be easier. Let's make it easier. We're going to reward the winner on Monday, the November 2nd. We're going to do that during our live event on Facebook. So make sure that you're checking that out, following us on Facebook to do those live events. The winner will be chosen based off of the efficiency, durability, weight, storage, and overall usage. Like I said, needs to be lightweight, needs to be easy peasy to use, easy to store, and that sucker better be durable. But what else do I want to say on that? So the flatbed, the tool itself, many different tasks. You utilize it for all kinds of things. I've seen some where they're just like a PVC pipe. Some of them are just like the PVC pipe. We do have, some are a lot more elaborate. We've even got somebody, and please tell me who it is. I cannot remember who it is, that has the patent pending on one of theirs. But yeah, let us know. I want to know what it is. But that sucker needs to basically be utilized for a number of different tasks. It's not, let's see, the one that we have among the tasks, it's most useful, I guess, for placing on the edge of the protectors and loading, before strapping the loads and properly chaining the cargo, all that. But yep, it assists our flatbed drivers with proper securement on our customers' products. So that's what we're needing. Get that in, and remember our policy on tarping. Basically, with our tarping, our policy is just assume that you're going to be tarping on all loads. The majority of our loads are tarped, and in case of error, or how do I want to say that? Anyways, so to avoid error, I guess, make sure that you're tarping all loads. Just unless your driver manager says otherwise, do it. That'll keep you safe, keep you all out of trouble. All right? Excelente. So, what else? Do I have any others? I do have one more game. So before we jump into the Omnitracs Navigation, and I did explain, obviously, right off the bat how to reset it. Hey, JV Trucker. Hello. I did talk about how to reset it, but we'll talk a little bit more about setting new destinations and stuff that too. But before we do that, I do want to remind you about our calendar submission games. You only have a week and a half at that. You've got October 25th. That is our hard deadline for all the photo submissions to be in our 2020 calendar. So October 25th, no later than next Friday. Not this Friday, next Friday. Get those submissions into marketing@deckermail.com. And is it next Friday already? That can't be right. Yeah, sure is. Dang right. Okay, so October 25th, marketing@deckermail.com. What we're looking for are photos of the truck. Photos of the truck with a beautiful landscape, maybe at the customer. I mean, come on, you guys have the best view. Your office window is just amazing the majority of the time. sometimes not so impressive, but most of the time, amazing. And we'd kind of like to share in that. So if you could submit one of those photos, email it to marketing@deckermail.com. We don't just want a recent one. We'll take them, most definitely, but we want ones from all year round. It could be 2 years ago. It could be 3 years ago. It could be 20 years ago. But we'd love to see a Decker truck in that picture, along with a beautiful landscape from wherever it was that you were taking the picture. Let me know who's submitting the picture, because I can't decipher some people's email addresses or even Facebook profiles. So make sure that you're letting me know who it is that's submitting it, so we can put courtesy of and give the proper respect, proper ownership of that picture. And sorry, just making sure I'm not missing a comment. And then submit it to marketing@deckermail.com, and then we will be voting on the winners. So make sure that you're putting your name, make sure that you are putting the location where you took that picture or whereabouts, close to it, and close to the time frame too. So September 2010 or September or July 2019, whatever it is, go ahead and get that submitted so that we've got all those details. So yes, that is our calendar submission. Has to be in by next Friday, the 25th, and we will be announcing the winners on the November 4th. Got all kinds of things for our November 4th submission, our November 4th live event on Monday. Cool beans. All right. Okay, I kept you long enough. Let us talk about our, our navigation. Where's my first one? Navigation. Here we go. This is my first pick here. This is our, basically the map screen that you get on the navigation itself. So Omnitracs Navigation, if you guys have any issues with your navigation, obviously we're going to try and give you some helpful hints and tips and tricks and how-tos on how to use it. But if you're having issues with it, actual issues, please contact Omnitracs at 800-541-7490. That's at the bottom of the page here. Can you see it? Right there. Can't see my hand, but there. That's me pointing to it. That's 800-541-7490. And then, of course, you can email them at www.ocus@omnitrex.com. Can't see it very well. It's kind of small. But this is our map. This is the main screen, basically, that you'll have. And anything that you are going to need to get to, you're going to click on the bottom menu. So let's move this up a little bit. Oops, wrong screen. Let's see. Move this up. So can you see, there it is. Can you see the menu button right here? The bottom left? That's what you're going to use to basically navigate all over everything. What we're going to do right now is just kind of go through. It's cold in Fort Dodge. It was cold here too. It's warming up though. I see sunshine. That makes me happy. So we've got, let's see, the main menu. You see that, correct? Main menu right there. So that's my number 5, and we'll come back to that. Number 5 is just how you're going to access a lot of the basic information. Number 1, you can't see because I changed the screen and made it too small. There we go. Number 1 is over in the upper left-hand corner. What number 1 is it's really the pane that depicts the next step. This is going to be your turn by turn, your turn, not turn by turn, but your next turn on the route that you are, and then how far that next turn is. So that's going to be number 1. Number 2 is going to be towards the right of the page here. Well, it's my right. And that is your detour. The detour button, that's going to help to find a detour for the next 1, 2, 5, 15, or 20 miles. And it's really up to you to determine how many miles off for that detour route. The cancel button is right next to that, number 3. That one is going to cancel the route that you're on. And then the ETA button, that's down in the, not down, it's over towards number 1. So where am I at? It's backwards on my screen, so it's this direction. Number 4, ETA. That is going to show how long you have until you reach your destination. It's also going to give your estimated time of arrival. So for that current trip. So the distance that you have and the amount of time or what approximate time you're going to arrive. That's what I'm trying to say. And then number 5 is your menu button. Talks a little bit about that. Number 6, that's going to show your list. So if you scroll all the way over to this side, right there, that's number 6. Number 6 is your list, and it will go turn by turn. So instead of this map view that you see here, it's actually going to give you more of the turn by turn. It'll togglate between map view and turn by turn, how far each turn is, what the distance is, and whatnot. You just click on that little list and it'll populate, it'll go back and forth between whichever one you want. So that'll help make it a little bit easier for you. So that's number 6. Number 7 is to the far, well, it's on my far right. I'm hoping it's on your far right. And that is the comments or the incidents. So you can click that while you're driving. You can actually tap that, and that will give you the option. It'll, not necessarily the option, but it will timestamp. That's what I'm looking for. It will timestamp it, and it will put the location. So it'll timestamp that location. And then you can come back after that trip is completed and go back into the incidents and then edit each one of them so that you can identify whatever that issue was. Now, the incidents could be anything from your, maybe it's a low bridge, it could be wrong detour or a non-truck route. Any of that kind of information can be put back in there, can be corrected on the incidents report, but you do need to use it. If you're getting the wrong information on your Omnitracs navigation, they need to know. You know how I mentioned that we're doing the Metrics, and that is the number of surveys to help us to improve here behind the scenes for you? Well, that's what that incident report is for the Omnitracs. They don't know what isn't correct because they're not necessarily on the road until you tell them. Now, they do their due diligence trying to make it work, but with your input, they're going to have a more accurate description of everything for you. So please provide the incident reports whenever applicable, whenever it requires it or could use it. So this is our destination. And we'll come back to, actually, before we even jump on this, I think I'm kind of getting ahead of myself. I'm getting ahead of myself there. Let's first talk about entering in an address, because that's going to be your first step, I guess. When you're entering into the address, you're going to click on the menu, which is in the bottom left hand of the screen. Let's see if we can get that pop view up again. So that bottom left hand of the screen says menu. You're going to click on that. Once you click on the menu button, it will ask you for a new destination, or you'll click on the new destination. That's one of the options that it'll give you. So you'll click on the new destination. New destination will populate up there. It'll ask you for the address. Start putting in the city name. That's your first step. Enter in city name. You can also do near or near destination and whatnot. But first, enter in city name. City name, or excuse me, not near destination. City center or city name, and then the specific address. But for this example, we're going to first talk about a specific address. Okay. My example is going to be 1013 East Hatcher Drive. That's what we're sticking with, okay? So I'm going to enter in Phoenix, Arizona. That's my city location. I am not entering in a township. I am not entering in a community. I am entering in a specific city name. So Phoenix is what I'm starting to enter in. Once I start typing it in and push list in the bottom right-hand corner, it'll list a couple of different Phoenixes. Phoenix, Maryland will come up. Phoenix, Arizona. Phoenix, Oregon. I'm going to click Phoenix, Arizona, because that's the one that applies to me. Click on that. I'm going to tap that, and then I'm going to go to putting the actual business address on there. So then I'm going to type in the numbers, 1013 in this case, then click next or tap next into the street name. The street name, you need to write the actual name of the street first. So no direction. Don't put in there east, west, north, south, or whatever, or southwest, northwest, you need to put in the street name itself. So the example I was using was East Hatcher Drive, right? Is that the example? East Hatcher Drive. And so I'm going to start typing Hatcher, not East Hatcher, Hatcher. So once I start typing that, get to Hatch, and then I'm going to have it populate. It'll pop up a couple of different options because I clicked on list or tapped list. It'll populate a few different options. One of them might be East Hatcher Drive. One of them might be East Hatcher Road or West Hatcher, whatever. I'm going to click on the East Hatcher Drive because that applies to me and what the address that I'm looking for. And then so I didn't have to put in road or drive or boulevard or lane or street. I didn't have to put east, north, south, east, southwest, midwest, southeast, northeast, whatever. Am I struggling? I didn't have to put any of those. Those are the options that come up in the list. Okay, so then you click on it and go next. Now at this point, you have the option to start, which it will give you a route, or you have the option to put it into your favorites, and you can save it into your favorites at that time. Or you can also put it into a trip, so you can save it into a trip. I'm hoping I'm not missing any comments here, but so far I think we're sitting pretty good. So then if you chose to put it into your trip, then it'll have that pop up. You'll be able to click on trip, and then you'll be able to go from add destination, add stops, add point of interest, and we'll go into a little bit more of that here in just a second as well. So if we're talking about destinations, then you get to one destination, or if you want to add a destination, maybe you have multiple stops, then you're going to click on this destination. This is a new destination. I've entered in the address that we just kind of talked through here. This will pop up. You can add it to your trip, you can add it to your favorites, and you can start your route. So there you have it. That's the screen that basically you'll be looking at to get you started. Oop, scrolling a little too fast here. Now you do have the point of interest as well. Now the point of interest is super handy if you are going through, if you're planning your day out and you want to be using this to plan your day. I mean, that's one of the benefits of having this Omnitracs Navigation, is to be able to plan your day and to be able to see if there is a detour that you need to be aware of, how you're going to plan your trip in accordance to that detour, or whatever, maybe a wreck. So if there's an accident that you need to avoid, so obviously it'd be the detour. Weather, any of those issues that might be coming about, it's allowing you to plan your day. So maybe you need to make sure that you're getting lunch after you deliver that first, or breakfast after you deliver that first stop. If that's the case, you want to throw in a point of interest, maybe get a restaurant. If you're going to eat at a restaurant, or if you need a fuel stop, you need to find a place to fuel up, a truck stop. Well, that's when the point of interest comes in handy. And then you can find the point of interest off of a few different ways. You can search by the city itself, by just, near destination. You can also search by within 1, 5, 10, and 15 miles, I think is the routes that you do. But basically what you're going to be doing is you'll go to the menu button that we had originally showed you. You go to the menu button, you go to the new destination, and then it gives you the option of POI, point of interest. You click on point of interest, and then you can go near vehicle. So you'll put it near your truck. When this is set up in the settings, your truck weight, your truck length, all of that is entered in. So it's supposed to be routing you towards the correct, the correct truck route based off of the Omnitracs system here. So then you can tap on the type of POI that you want. There are a lot of different categories, and then there's subcategories. So you've got fuel stops and restaurants, and then you go into restaurants and you've got all kinds of subcategories. You've got American cuisine, you've got Chinese, you've got, there's tons of different ones. In this case that you're seeing on the screen here, you've got chevrons. These are the closest gas stations that you can go to. If you need to stop for a rest break or rest stop or bathroom break or something like that, you can enter that in. So that's going to be near your destination, but you can also go to near a city, so that you can specify that it's near a city, and then again it's going to be 1, 2, 5, 10, and 20 miles, I think, is the distances that you can go. So it'll zoom in or zoom out according to the number of miles that you're searching based off of your point of interest that you're looking for. Now, to start a trip, once you've entered in the address, to start the trip and everything, you'll be able, and maybe you've put a list of favorites. Now, if you've saved them into favorites, it'll look something like this. This will be your trip. You've got 1, 2, 3, or 4 in this example, and each one of them is labeled. Now, this is kind of confusing because it's Omnitracs, but why it's being labeled this way is because it's the Omnitracs headquarters, Omnitracs San Diego, but they're different stops is what they're getting at. This is what they're using this for as an example. But you're entered into one of these stops, and you can add a stop. This can be a route. You can add a stop to it, but this is the favorites itself. And so in order to edit it, you see on the right hand side it says edit. You'll click on edit and you can change the name of it. So if this is a route that you take often, or maybe it's a customer that you want to put the customer name on that address instead of just the address, which is how it will automatically be named. So if it's, once you enter in the information in, from menu, go to new destination, and then you start putting in the address and everything, it'll save in your favorites as the actual address. But instead of just saving it as an address and being more specific, especially if you're putting it into your favorites or you're planning your trip, you're going to want to put the customer name in there to make it more user-friendly for you. So then at that point, that's when you're going to click on edit. You'll edit it to as the customer name or be more specific to help you come back to it at any time. So you'll put that in there, and then you can add it to the trip or add it to the stop at that point. So that's, you've got renaming the trip. Again, those are the edit modes. You can delete it. If you are going to delete it, it will ask you again to confirm the deletion so that you're not just deleting things on a whim. And then of course add the stop, or you can start, and so it'll start your trip right there. Now you do have a couple of, oops, that didn't help me any. Once you hit your destination, you'll have a couple of notices. There we go, now you can see it. You'll have one pop-up that'll say you've arrived at your destination, and then it'll give the name of the destination. Remember, this is the information that you put into the favorites tab. It'll put the name of the destination and the address. Now, if it is a multiple stop load or multiple stop trip that you are on, and you've already plugged all of that information in, so once you arrive at one destination, it'll actually, to the right of this, you can kind of see part of it. There you go. You can see where it has multiple stops, and you can go to the next stop. You can skip the next stop and go maybe to the last stop if something happened, or maybe they maybe it was loaded incorrectly, or whatever the deal might be. You can go from stop at current, or stop current trip. There we go. Spit it out. Skip next step or next stop. So those are all options that you can go to in the destination part of the trip, so that you can be more specific to it. All right, so we're doing pretty good. I did miss a note here. Katie says, will this help with driver points? With the navigation and everything? What are you talking about? More efficient? I guess I'm not sure what driver points you're referring to, Katie. Like the scorecard? Maybe? I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm not sure which one you're talking about. But if you're talking about the scorecard, it definitely helps with planning your day and helping you be on time. Now, like I said, if the route is not working, then you need to contact Omnitracs so that we can get that figured out. Because I'm assuming at that point somebody didn't mark an incident like they should have to update whatever location they're at. So for instance, so if that's what it is, and maybe you're on a detour or something, if you're clicking on the incidents, that's going to give the Omnitracs the information to update wherever you're at. So if you do have wrong information, it is vital that you get that information to Omnitracs one way or the other, whether by email, preferably by the incidents, so it not only marks the time of day, but it also marks the location, the coordinates for that. All right. Now, so the next step is the next screen that you'll be seeing. That is the Detour screen. So remember, on your main menu, you can go to Detour, and from the Detour, you'll be able to choose 1, 5, 10, or 15 miles of the route that you'd be able to see for that detour. So that's pretty much it for the basics of the I was going to give you some more information. Where's that at? For the basics of the information on the Omnitracs Navigation. Oh, I'm missing something here for you. Let me see if I can find it. All right. Let's see. I had it. Let's see if I can find that for you. Bear with me. Oh, there we go. Yes, submitting an incident. That's what I wasn't able to show you. Submitting an incident is the bottom right hand corner. I was just trying to find a visual for you on that, but it doesn't look like I included it, so you don't get to see it. Just joking. We'll show it to you. Here you go. Can you see that? Maybe not. Oh, you can't because I didn't show it to you yet. There you go. So down in the bottom right hand corner, that is like the smallest screen. There. Woohoo! There it is. The bottom right hand corner, it has the little comment section, and that's the incident. You just tap on that while you're driving, and that's when it's gonna provide all that information there for you. Easy peasy. Easy peasy peasy. And then of course all the contact information for Omnitracs if you're having any issues is the 800-541-7490 for the telephone number, or, and I'm always going to say this email address wrong, so you might just have to read it, but it's www-ocus@omnitracs.com. I always want to say 0. It's not a 0, people. It's an O, but I struggle with that. So so far we're sitting pretty good. The only thing is I wasn't sure what Katie was asking, if that was the point. Anna, I love your little vehicles that you've got going on here. Her little emoticons that she's added to the comment section. Those are fantastic. Okay, so I do want to mention, or do want to remind you about the fuel additives. Remember, the weather is getting to be nasty. Make sure you know how to chain properly, how to properly chain your tires. There is an example on our YouTube page. You can, on how to properly chain the tires. Liam has put that together for us so that you can see it step by step. And yes, you know, they are dummy tires. You're not doing it hands-on by watching this video, but it is most definitely going to help you as a base. And then whenever you can get into one of the terminals to actually do a proper chaining, or, you know, proper refresher on how to chain, go ahead and do that. The Missoula terminal especially, we do a lot of chaining out of this terminal, and Brian or Liam or somebody can help you out, somebody maybe even in the shop, be able to help you out in how to properly chain the tires. And during orientation, we usually show that, especially in Missoula. Fort Dodge also showing how to chain tires and snow chains and stuff. Now, that being said, you are chaining to get out of trouble, not to get into trouble, so know how to do it. Yes, make sure you have the chains, yes, but you don't necessarily have to throw them unless you're into trouble or you need to get out of a spot, okay? Fuel additives, you need to have those handy. You do not want to be stuck in negative weather and not able to start the truck because you failed to, or were in too big of a hurry or whatever to grab your fuel additive. Make sure that you have your fuel additive, okay? Also, all of our trucks are pretty well equipped. APUs, refrigerators, bunk heaters, CB units, all that kind of stuff. We've got Epic View. By the way, with the Epic View, that is 100 plus channels of premium channels, satellite TV. That's going to include HBO, Showtime, Cinemax, Sunday Ticket. And for those of you who don't already have it, we still have about 600 trucks left. We've got 243 as of this morning that have been updated with the Epic View system. We've got about 600 trucks left to go before 100% everybody has them, all that good stuff. Also, besides the Epic View and the TVs, also microwaves in the truck. So these suckers are awesome, fully loaded, ready to go. Oh, good reminder. Anna reminds us that a superior driver never allows a situation to deteriorate to the point that the superior driving skills become a necessity. That's Patrice's quote. We use it often because it makes a good point. You know, just because you've got the skill doesn't necessarily mean you need to test your skill on a regular basis. Use it when needed. Same with the chains. Just because you have them doesn't mean you need to use them. Always. All right. So some of the different positions that we have available here, I will try not to keep you too long, but of course, if you have any questions on positions that we have available and what we have in or around your area, make sure that you contact one of our recruiters at 888-668-0698. There's the number right there. 888-668-0698, or apply online at drivedecker.com. In the meantime, let's tell you a little bit about what we've got going, what we've got available right now. So we do have a van division that runs from Omaha, Nebraska. Actually, let me rephrase that. It runs from Lincoln, Nebraska to Gary, Indiana, along I-80. A lot of runs there. Now, that is not the only place that it runs. It's just really high volume along I-80 there. If you live along I-80, we do hire for that position. We can train you if you're new to driving and you've just recently graduated from a TD or a PTDI certified school. TDI is one of them. Roadmaster is another, ICC, another, lots of community colleges. Basically, PTDI certified schools are 160 or more hours of course curriculum, and we'll train. So again, only training for only training for refrigerated and van. There we go. Now I'm right. Refrigerated and van at this time. We do train for flatbed, but you must have tractor trailer experience in order to train for flatbed. Okay, so tell you a little bit more about this van position. It runs about a week out at a time along I-80 route. If you live in Atlanta, Georgia, Athens, Georgia, if you live in Anderson, South Carolina, Hartwell, Georgia, that's the one I wanted to say, then yes, we do have a 2-week out time period, so it's over the road, and then you'd be getting home on that van position as well. But it's weekly home time there in the Midwest along I-80 that we hire for. If you have questions, want to know a little bit more about it, it does pay anywhere from $40 for an inexperienced driver to 50 cents a mile. Again, all depends on experience. 10 cents of the pay is per diem. You get a penny raise after 90 days, a penny raise every year on your anniversary. Till you cap out, which right now is at 54 cents. You have a $2,500 bonus you get on your 1-year anniversary. You get paid that in one lump sum. You do need to run a minimum of 110,000 miles to get that. And what else am I missing on that? You do have the options of the monthly bonus, which is an extra or up to an extra 4 cents a mile. So that's the van. Our refrigerated, our Midwest refrigerated, also pays anywhere from 40 to 50 cents a mile. Same pay increases, same opportunities. The miles in this division usually run 24 to 2,600 to get you home on a weekly basis. 24 to 2,800 to get you home if you're in areas that are about 2 weeks out. Now in our over-the-road refrigerated division, 28, even 3,000 miles a week is definitely doable. It's a longer length of haul. The pay in that one, because it's a longer length of haul, is run between anywhere from 38 for an inexperienced driver or a student up to 48 cents a mile. Penny raise after 90 days, penny raise every year on your anniversary. We have a couple positions out of Reno, Nevada. These are changes, I guess. If you're wondering about your area, call us. We'll let you know if you're in the hiring area. It's 888-668-0698. Reno, Nevada, I do have a couple. I have one position out of Las Vegas for an experienced driver. Immaculate work history is what we're looking for in experience in that Vegas run. So if you have any questions, let us know. Oh, I'm full of malarkey. It's Reno that I have the one immaculate for experienced driver and stuff that I need. We do have a dedicated position out of Fort Dodge. This is a hopper position. Now the hopper position is 11 p.m. start. It pays per shift. It's going to be 2 days on, 2 days off, 3 days on, 3 days off. It is per shift. It's $250 for the Monday through Friday shift. Starts at 11 p.m. and it's $275 per shift for the Saturday and Sunday. So you might, if you're working a Friday and Saturday, Friday you're getting $250 for the shift. Saturday you're getting the $275 for the shift. Okay, but again, 2 days on, 2 days off, 3 days on, 3 days off, and then back to 2 on, 2 off. That puts you on every other weekend or so for that position. So every other weekend is off. And that is a hopper position out of Fort Dodge, Iowa. You do need to live in the Fort Dodge, Iowa area, so at least within a 50-mile radius to qualify for that. It's slip seating, so be aware of that as well. Also in the Fort Dodge area, we have flatbed, short haul, do require experience, at least 3 months. And again, we'll train in flatbed if you've got the tractor trailer experience, but you have to have at least the 3 months of tractor trailer experience in the Midwest. If you're talking about over the road, you got to have at least 6 months of experience for a tractor trailer before we train. So for the Fort Dodge short haul, that's again 3 months experience requirement at the very, very minimum. And that doesn't have to be in flatbed, but it has to be tractor trailer. But we're hiring out of the Sioux Falls area, which would get you home about probably about 3 times a week. We're hiring out of Fort Dodge every other day or possibly even daily at times. Omaha, so we've got a couple of different positions there. If you want to know whether or not you're in the hiring area for that, gotta call 888-668-0698 for more details on that. So, okay. That one pays, that Fort Dodge short haul guaranteed pay, that one pays $1,000 guaranteed. So if your miles and your pay per mile because of your experience exceed that $1,000, you're going to get the better of the two. But that $1,000 is the guaranteed pay. JV Trucker, what happened if you just got your CDL Class A on your own and you need training? That wouldn't qualify you with us. If you are new to the trucking industry and you obtained your license on your own, you're going to need to get 1 month of tractor trailer experience, at the very least 1 month of tractor trailer experience, in order for us to train you in van or refrigerated. In flatbed, again, it's 3 months in the upper Midwest and it's 6 months in the coast to coast position. If you attended a school, and as long as the school was 160 hours or more, PTDI certified, then you would qualify for the training for the refrigerated and van positions. But in your situation, we actually need 1 month of over-the-road experience first. We also have a guaranteed pay in our Midwest refrigerated. That's $12.50 a week. You do need to live along I-80 from Omaha, Nebraska to Gary, Indiana, Chicago. For that one, if you live along the route, you're going to be within the hiring area. And same goes from Albert Lea to Chicago on I-90. So Albert Lea to Chicago. And oh, okay, I was going to say, sorry, JV, I wasn't sure what you were asking there. You would need to get 1 month of over-the-road experience, if that's what you're asking. If your situation mirrors the situation you were asking about, what if you just got your CDL and Class A on your own and you need training, then yes. Okay, the $12.50 is for the Midwest refrigerated guaranteed pay. Again, Albert Lea to Chicago along that I-90 there, or along I-80 from Omaha to Chicago. We'll get you home on a weekly basis, and the $12.50 guaranteed pay. So you can actually make more than that. And talking to Zach, who's the DM for that division, or for those that run, those runs, there you go. He says that he can get you even more, and he says it, and he's been achieving it. So we've been seeing the results and the data on that, so the stats and all that good stuff, and he has been able to successfully get his drivers up and over that $12.50 on a regular basis, some of them on a regular basis. So that's fantastic. Jackie says, I called Omnitracs and they said it would have be reloaded by Decker. All right. Then I will talk to the shop and see what we can do. Where's my notepad? Okay, Jackie, I'm going to get a hold of the shop and have them reach out to you if you haven't already. Okay. Cool. Thanks for letting me know for the Omnitracs. Okay. And then, what else? So that's the Midwest refrigerated guaranteed pay. But we also have the Midwest flatbed guaranteed pay. Different than the short haul. So this one, instead of getting you home multiple times during the week, this one's actually going to get you home on the weekends. You do need to live along the route from either Fort Dodge, Iowa to up to Chicago to Milwaukee, over to Mason City, Iowa, and basically anywhere along that route will qualify you for the guaranteed pay, or at least the location for the guaranteed pay for the Midwest flatbed division. It's $13.50 a week. You can definitely make more than that on a weekly basis as well, based off of the number of miles you run and the pay per mile. So if you have questions on that, get a hold of one of the recruiters, 888-668-0698. Jackie, then I will do that for you. A JV Trucker says, so I live in Texas. I won't qualify for OTR reefer, so I'll have to live in the Iowa area. You won't qualify just because of if your circumstances meet the circumstances that you asked earlier about just getting your CDL on your own. However, there are areas in Texas that we do hire for the Midwest refrigerated and the over-the-road refrigerated. So if you live in Amarillo, or if you live around Dallas, if you live in the Houston area, we do hire for our over-the-road refrigerated based out of Missoula, Montana, as well as our Midwest refrigerated based out of Fort Dodge, Iowa. So the Midwest refrigerated will start you at 40 cents a mile. Well, first off, as a trainee, once you meet the 1 month experience, you'll have $500 that you'll get every week while you're with a trainer. Then once you're done with the training, you'll be starting at 40 cents a mile and you'll be working your way up to 44 cents a mile by the end of the first year. If you're running in the over-the-road division, the coast-to-coast that's out of Missoula, that one has a longer length of haul. It's almost twice, if not more, of the average length of haul in the Midwest division. So the pay per mile is going to be a few cents less to start off with, but overall you're probably doing better. So because you're racking up the miles a little bit more. If you're going to stay out, 2-3 weeks at a time, or wanting to stay out 2-3 weeks at a time. Now my Midwest division, where you're at, sounds like you're probably going to be the same out time, whether you're running Midwest or you're running coast to coast. But in the Midwest division, you're probably not going to see west of Denver. But to revert back to what I was saying about the over-the-road out of Missoula, Montana, it's going to be 38 cents to start off as a student once you get your 1 month of over-the-road, and then you're going to work your way up to 44 cents a mile by the end of the first year. There you go. So that's the info. So the number, if you want to ask, if you want to give all your details, go ahead and go to 888-668-0698. You can talk to one of the recruiters one-on-one about your situation specifically if you'd like. But obviously, I'm here to answer your questions too, whatever you got. Flatbed. We've got our flatbed out of Bessemer, Alabama. I mentioned that you need to run, that one's coast to coast. If you live in Atlanta, well, actually, if you live in Alabama or Georgia, we can get you home on a weekly basis, but you need to let your driver manager know. And time management is crucial. You need to make sure that you're managing your time well so that you can do those deliveries, especially your Monday delivery coming out of the house, right off the bat Monday morning, so that it sets your week off in the right direction. You're all over the place. No worries, I'll take it. I'll help you. I'll try, Jackie. I'll try. Getting lost through Omnitracs. So I will. Yeah, where was I going with that? So that's the over-the-road flatbed division that we have. We do require 6 months of experience. Remember I mentioned that earlier. 6 months of experience in order to qualify for the flatbed. It doesn't have to be flatbed experience, but it does have to be tractor trailer. And then what do we have in? If you live in Alabama or Georgia, that's what I was saying, weekly basis out of those locations. Although you can still do over the road. If you live in Tennessee or Louisiana, Mississippi, the Carolinas, figure about 2 weeks out at a time, and before you get home. And it's usually, especially with the refrigerated, it's usually a day and a half for every 7 days you're out. If you live in Oklahoma, Texas, same thing, you're looking about 2 weeks out. Now, if you're living in Oregon, California, Washington, and you're wanting to be part of our over-the-road flatbed division, you're going to need at least 4 weeks out at a time before we can get you home. So not as much freight out in the west, so therefore it's going to affect how often we can get you home, so the number of loads that are coming out there. Does anybody have any questions on that part? No. Don't forget, if you are searching for lease purchase and you wanted some information on that you can get a hold of one of the recruiters, 888-668-0698. We have lease purchase in the refrigerated divisions, and we have them in the flatbed divisions. You do need to have a year of experience, and at least 90 days with Decker as a company driver to make sure that your numbers are good. We don't want you to jumping into the lease purchase and then discovering that, ooh, I should have probably worked this out or made sure that I was better at idle time or reduce my idle time or my fuel efficiency, because that can make it or break it for a lease purchase operator. And those are all things that we look at before we let you transition into the lease purchase, if that's what you wanted to do. But we have it in both the refrigerated and flatbed. It's 72% of the load in the flatbed division, and depending on where you live, for the refrigerated, it could be $1 a mile, or it could be 72%. Again, just depends on where you're at, where you're located for refrigerated. And then we have teams. So our over-the-road refrigerated position, based out of Missoula, Montana, offers our team opportunities. The base for our teams is 50 cents a mile. You get paid every single week, just like the rest of our solo positions. There we go. It's 50 cents a mile. 10 cents of that's going to be per diem. So it's split to the middle. So 25 cents a piece, 5 cents of that 25 is going to be per diem. And then the more miles you guys run as a team on a monthly basis, the more pay you get per mile. 12 to 14,000 miles a month, that's going to get you an extra 2 cents a mile, one a piece. 12 to 14 to 16 is going to get you an extra 4 cents, so 2 cents a piece. And 16 to 18,000 miles a month is going to get you an extra 6 cents a mile, 3 a piece. And then the 18,000 or more for the month is going to get you an extra 8 cents a mile, so 4 a piece. Split, of course. But that extra cents per mile, that bonus amount, which is based off of your mileage, that doesn't have any per diem in it. So the per diem is just on that 50 cents, the 10 cents of that 50 cents. Okay. Again, 888-668-0698. With the teams, make sure that you guys are living in the same location, same city, so that you're not one person in PA and one person in California. Would make it quite difficult to get you guys home time. So same location or pretty close to it is going to work. And it's only in the refrigerated division that we have the teams right now, because of the length of haul. I don't want to be on a bunch of short ones. What else can I tell you for that? We do, for the teams, you do have the opportunity to get the monthly bonus as well. So you can strive for that. That's an option. All right, Jackie, you have a good day. I will get with you on the answer for the Omnitracs and getting that information uploaded to you. Okay, cool. All right, you guys, thank you so much for bearing with me. I better let you guys go as well. Keeping you all day. Don't forget, we have oodles of games going on. Let's talk about, just a reminder before I let you go, of when those deadlines are, so that you're getting your submissions in and that you can be the winner. First off, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and click the bell. The little bell will notify you every time we go live. And if I'm late going live, it'll let you know that it'll be just a moment. No, and then the Facebook, on our Facebook, first off, on YouTube, every Tuesday at noon we go live, hence here. Every Monday at 4 p.m. Central, we go live on our YouTube or on our Facebook. I'll get it right. One of these days I'll get it right. But every Monday at 4 p.m. we go live on our Facebook. It's a Q&A. It's an opportunity for you to ask your questions just like it is here. And you can get them answered live. Always have the option to call too. 888-668-0698. Let's talk about those deadlines. So the deadline that's coming up the quickest is for the photo contest. And we've been seeing awesome submissions. I want to see more, but I've been seeing awesome submissions. You can get those into marketing@deckermail.com, and they must be of the truck and either the customer or a landscape, something, but no selfies in that one. That's one of like the only one that I know of that we're not requiring selfies. But photo submissions, I want the name of the driver. So if you're submitting on behalf of yourself, put your first and last name. Please put the approximate date and location that the picture was taken at, and get those submitted to marketing@deckermail. You have until next Friday, so not this Friday, but next Friday, the 25th, to get all of your submissions in. And you can submit one, you can submit 40. It doesn't matter. There's no limit to it, but we would definitely like to see those. And then the winners will have the top 12 in our 2020 calendar. And then for our tarping tool, let's talk about Halloween. So our Halloween contests, our costume contests, our pumpkin carving contests, and and your location. So whether it's your truck or your workspace or your house, have those pictures submitted to marketing@deckermail as well. You have until the 1st of November to get those in. And now for the tarping tool, that contest goes until the 29th of November. So you've got a little bit longer to get that information or to get that submitted into marketing@deckermail as well. That website or that email address, marketing@deckermail, is going to be pretty busy. It's good though. Good information. All right. I will let you guys go. You have a wonderful rest of your week, a wonderful Tuesday. And if you have any questions on the current positions that we have available here at Decker, you can reach one of the recruiters at 888-668-0698. If you're having any concerns or issues with Omnitracs or you need some updates on that, then obviously you can replay this. We'll get a short little clip video out for you, how-to tutorial as well, that'll be to follow today. And the Omnitracs telephone number is 800-541-7490 if you have anything that you need to report on issues with that or hiccups, or you can also email them, and the email is listed there, right there. These are my arrows. Okay, I'm done. I'll let you guys go. You have a wonderful rest of your week, and we will see you next Tuesday here on our YouTube channel, next Monday on our Facebook. All right, later taters, have a great